So you can see we want y minus y1, which is 7, equals our slope, which is m, which here we have as -5, times x minus x1, which in this case is 3. And that is our point slope form of this line. The last set of things is the general form. The general form is my least favorite form of all time. I really don't think it's very useful, but sometimes it comes up on things like the MCAs and SATs, and so we'll just quickly cover 2 things about it. The general form is a silly form that looks like this: ax plus by plus c equals 0. And it doesn't have a lot of really clear connections to the graph. But the important thing here is that sometimes we have to transition from a slope-intercept form into a general form, like this question asks. So write the equation of this line in general form. And I'm just going to walk through one quick example of that. So this is us moving into general form. My original equation is y equals 1/7 x minus 1. And the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to we kind of have 3 goals here. Our first goal is to get all of our terms on one side. And so to do that, I'm going to bring x over to this side and 1 over to this side. So to do that, I'll first start by subtracting 1/7 x from both sides. And I'll get -1/7 x plus y equals -1. Then I will add 1 to both sides and get -1/7 x plus y plus 1 equals 0. So we're almost there. We've got x and a y and a constant and a 0. But the last thing we need to do is we need to get rid of fractions. And so to do that, I'm going to look at my denominators and decide how I'm going to most efficiently get rid of the fractions. Here, what I'm going to do is actually multiply the entire equation by 7. So 7 times this is going to get me a -1x plus 7 times y is 7y. I'm distributing to each term, plus 1 times 7 is 7. And then finally, that 0 stays a 0. And so this is my beautiful slope-intercept form, really destroyed and put in a general form. All right, we also can transition backwards from general form. So write the equation of this line, which is general form, into slope-intercept form. And our goal is here the opposite. The main goal here is to isolate y. So to isolate y, I'm going to start by writing out what my original equation is. And I'm going to use color this time to help kind of lay out what we're doing. I want to get y by itself. And so I'm going to start by removing x's from both sides so I can rewrite my equation. So 2x minus 2x removes that term. And so now I've got -3y plus 1 is equal to -2x. And to continue getting rid and isolating y, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides to balance my equation. -3y is -2x minus 1. And finally, I want to get y all by itself, so I have to remove this -3 somehow, cancel it out. And so I'm going to divide both sides by -3. And now I'm going to get, once I distribute, y all by itself, because -3 divided by -3 is 1. And then I have each of these terms divided by -3. So -2 divided by -3 is positive 2/3, 2 over 3 times x. -1 divided by -3 is positive 1/3. And so now we can see actually our nice slope-intercept form with our slope identified and our y-intercept.